Call to order the Centerville Board of Education meeting for Monday, December 17th. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl.
Here.
Annie Self. Mr. Schroyer.
Here.
Megan Sparks.
Here.
And Dr.
Here,
Rower.
please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Motion for the approval of the agenda, please. So moved. Second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl.
Yes.
Annie Self.
Yes.
Mr. Schroyer.
Yes.
Megan Sparks.
Yes.
And Dr. Rower.
Yes. Next, honors.
Thank you, Dr. Rohr. We have the opportunity to honor 3 of our athletic teams tonight. And we're going to start off with girls golf. So I'd like to have Coach Mike Dalton come up to the podium and say a few words about the season and then call up your team individually and to receive their certificates.
Thanks a lot for inviting us. It's always good to come here, especially because we've been to state, so that's always our goal every year. This particular group of seniors, this is their 4th straight time qualifying for state. They were 3rd, 9th, 2nd, and 3rd the last 4 years. They won the GWAC each year, the sectional title, and the kind of district regional title, which no girls team's ever done. So they've done a lot of set a lot of impressive records again this year. And this year at state, we played 2 pretty good teams. We ended up getting 3rd out of 12. 4 of our girls were in the top 30, and of course Marissa Winsler won the state title, which I think in boys and girls golf we've never had a state title winner. So it was a great season. We're really going to miss the seniors, not just their golf. Obviously, I'll miss their scores coming in every time. But they've been great leaders. They've really turned our program into a program where kids really want to come in and play golf. It's not a recreational activity simply to them. It is a sport. They're already practicing now for next year. The seniors that are going off to college are already practicing now for next fall at university. So they spend a lot of time working hard to make my life very, very easy. So I want to call up the athletes. We had 7 girls on the varsity gold team this year. At state level, only 5 players get to play. So we had 2 alternates. The first is senior Maddie Brown. We also have junior Carly Jones. Playing in our 5th spot was a senior who moved into our district this year, or last year really, from Illinois, so it was really great for her to come in, and she got to know the girls real well. She shot a great score on the first day, 80, and she finished 42nd in the state. That's Alina Siricho-Taratana. In our 4th spot, we had a freshman. She came in, her sister played for us a few years ago, so it was nice to have the family back in the group. And she simply went out the first day at state and shot a 77, which is one of the lowest scores we've ever had in state tournament in the last, say, 26 years. So she finished 29th overall in the state of Ohio. Jenna Hayes. We have in our 3rd spot, sophomore Meha Pandya, and Meha was pretty consistent all year, did a great job, shot 79 on the first day of state, 84 on the second, and she finished, I believe, 26th overall. Correct. And senior Kayla Ramsey, who's going to be playing next year at South Carolina Beaufort. She shot 80-78. This is her 4th straight time going to state. She doesn't actually understand that sometimes people don't get to go to the state tournament. And she finished 23rd overall, and that's, I believe, her 3rd time finishing in the top 25. And of course, Marissa Winsler, who's going to the University of Kentucky next year. Another one of our dynamic duos, they've been called by a lot of people, it seems. She shot 69-69, which was the second lowest total in the state of Ohio, in the history of the state of Ohio for the girls golf tournament. And she won the state title. She won the district title. She won the sectional title, the GWAP title. There's a bunch of other things. She averaged 70, which is kind of unbelievable. I can't break 80, so I don't really know what that's like. She averaged 70. It was disappointing because she wanted to average 69.8 or something like that. So congratulations on being the first state title winner in Centerville.
Congratulations, girls, and congratulations, Coach Dalton. Next, I'd like to invite head coach of the girls cross country team, Coach David Dobbs, to the podium.
Great, good evening. Thank you, Board, for having us here tonight. We appreciate this opportunity to be recognized. As Coach Dalton said, it's, if you're here on a Monday night in front of the board, that means you have some recognition because you are able to compete at the highest level in the state of Ohio. And these young ladies certainly had done that. We were 69 athletes strong throughout the season this year. A terrific showing for our program, and has been consistent with where we've been over the last several years. These girls worked extremely hard throughout the year. We were second at the GWAP cross country meet. We placed third at the regional meet up in Troy, and at the state meet, our overall finish was state runner-up. Just a little bit to share about that. In cross country, it's sometimes a little challenging to move up throughout races, especially at the highest level. We were third at the mile mark. We were fifth at the 2 mile mark, so we actually had slipped a little bit back. And then to emerge and come out state runner-up by just a point and 3 points ahead of the 4th place team. It made all the difference. Out of our top 5 runners, 4 of them all picked up places. One did double-digit pickups of places, and that made all the difference. So they ran like champions, they competed like champions, and we're just extremely proud of what they've done. That's all very interesting too, because we faced a little adversity in the race there, but the adversity that first set forth was the week before. We actually, first time that I've been coaching in my number of years, as well as I think the first time in state history, our state meet was delayed a week. So we were to compete the first weekend in November, and then some rain hit. We were notified about less than 48 hours before the state meet was supposed to happen that it was going to be postponed a week. So I had a chance to meet with the ladies. We made a decision that we could control what we could control, which was certainly our attitude and how we would embrace that challenge and that news, but it wasn't anything that any other team was going to have to deal with themselves. And we decided that if we could handle it better than other teams, that we could kind of rise above. And I think that's exactly what we're trying to teach our young ladies in this program and in all of our sporting programs, is how to handle that and move forward. The other thing that I'd like to recognize out of these ladies that are with us tonight, and some that weren't able to make it with us tonight, all 7 of our athletes were academic All-Ohio. So in the state of Ohio, our State Coaches Association recognizes academic All-Ohioans as having a 3.5 GPA or higher. And so all 7 of those athletes that competed were able to receive that. And we'll recognize the athletes that are here. A couple of them had choir concerts and family obligations that kept them, but we'll announce them as well. So first up tonight in alphabetical order, she was 12th in 2017 at the state meet. She was state runner-up this year, and that is our sophomore, Emma Booger. Next is junior Dahlia Einstein. Our alternate this year was Alex Jackson. Next is sophomore Nikki Jindal. Not able to be with us tonight is sophomore Maddie Little, as well. Oh, sorry. Yeah, one other, senior Savannah Lowe, wasn't able to be with us. was 15th this year. She was 22nd in 2017, so congratulations. So both she and Emma were considered all Ohio. That is our top 25 runners in the state of Ohio, so both of them fit into that. And then our 5th runner at the state meet was senior Rachel Whitehead, who's not able to be with us due to a choir concert tonight. And then I would be remiss if I didn't just mention Grace Kilroy, who's a senior. She'll be running in Eastern Kentucky. She didn't compete for us at the state meet. She had as a freshman, sophomore, and junior, but during the season she suffered an injury that kept her from being able to compete the rest of the season. But her energy and her positivity throughout the remainder of the season and certainly encouraged these girls, encouraged our coaching staff, and I think her just the thought of having her and her emotions on the day of the state meet not being able to compete with us, I would be remiss if I didn't just mention her tonight. So thank you very much again. Appreciate it. Thank you. If I know, let me walk to the podium just for a moment. Girls, you can have a seat. I brought my coaching staff, so I would be remiss if I didn't have a chance to thank them publicly in front of, and also be able to be recognized. So Brian Bucher was with us this year. Craig Reinhardt, Katie Fitz was her first year with our program, and then not able to be with us is Keith Mueller and Jim Gross. So I just want to recognize them as well.
Thanks, David. Next, I'd like to invite head boys cross-country coach Casey Clark.
Thank you very much. As the two gentlemen before me said, thank you to the Board of Education for calling us here, inviting us tonight. It is definitely an honor just to be here. As they've said, just to be recognized. It means that we've had a successful season, I guess, in our time and in our performance, but I think we had a successful season in a lot of ways. These gentlemen faced adversity this season. There was a coaching change kind of midway through the summer, and you could just see that that didn't impact them because of the way that they put in all the hard work. These guys were just pounding out miles all summer long. Didn't matter who was there. Leading the way for them. They just were hard workers all the way through, and that paid off throughout the season. And a big part of that is the leadership of the runners, the seniors we've had this year, so we'll miss them greatly. One of my regrets is that I only got to be with them 1 year, so good luck to them in the future, but we had a great time this season. And then, of course, the underclassmen as well, just kind of following along, doing what they're supposed to do, listening to the coaches, listening to the upperclassmen who really led the way for us. So we had a very successful season because of that hard work and that leadership from them. We won the GWAC, we won districts, we were 3rd at regionals, and then at the state meet we were 17th. So a lot of adversity that we faced, as Coach Dobson said, with the way that the state meet got moved just 48 hours before the race, affected every team a little differently. I think our team probably didn't put forth our best, we put forth our best effort, but it wasn't our best performance. But they handled it really well and just walked with their heads high and knew that they had a great season, and we're really proud of everything they did. So I will call them up individually here to recognize them. We'll start with Adrian Bostwick, AJ, senior. Senior Ben Burkett. Ben was recognized in the state of Ohio. It's all Ohio. He was 15th overall.
Congrats, man.
And we have Jeremy Davidson, junior. Justin Davidson, sophomore. Sophomore Aiden Downs. Freshman Jacob Spalding. And sophomore Ethan Zeiser. And also coaching staff as well. We was able to have two of them here tonight. We have Coach Jimmy Barton and Coach Alex Chappers. Just helped out in every way you could ask for an assistant coach. And Coach B couldn't make it tonight because he has to be at work. So thank you to them as well.
All right, seeing no one left the auditorium, we will continue with the meeting. Next is legislative report. Mrs. Sparks.
The Senate passed House Bill 502 that requires in-service training in youth suicide awareness and prevention to public school employees, including teachers, nurses, counselors, school psychologists, and administrators. The bill requires this training to occur once every 2 years. The bill maintains current law permitting districts and schools to use youth suicide awareness and prevention curriculum developed by the Ohio Department of Education or other materials approved by the district or school's governing board, and 2, the youth suicide awareness and prevention training to be conducted through the self-review of suitable materials which presumably can be completed at little or no cost to schools. Also, the General Assembly sent House Bill 491 to the governor for his signature. The bill extends the 2 alternate high school graduation pathways to the classes of 2019 and 2020 that were previously afforded to the class of 2018 only. Modifications were made to the pathways for the class of 2020. Good. All right, that's the end of the report.
Thank you, thank you. Next, student rep.
I gave them the night off because a couple of them had obligations, so with finals coming up, I thought it was okay to let them go. Just to update you, Charlotte McGuire will be sworn in on January 2nd to the Ohio Board of Ed, and she and I have had a great conversation. She's looking forward to coming and meeting with the kids. We're going to have a roundtable discussion with her, and then we're going to invite her for a Candies and Clements time to come and meet our students, and hopefully we'll get a lot of advertising out about that. We plan to meet during winter break with the old reps. They'd like to meet with the newer kids and talk to them about what's been going on and give them some ideas and kind of congratulate them on taking things forward. And then we're also going to be discussing the application process for next year because we have 2 slots that will become available. Since we're going to keep the juniors, move them up to the senior reps, and then we're going to go for 2 more junior spots. So that's on the agenda, and we have a couple ideas that we're talking about. We have to talk to Mr. Carroll about, but other than that, we're moving on.
Thank you, thank you. Next is hearing the public. Seeing a large crowd here, I don't anticipate anyone coming up, so this would be a time where anyone could come to the lectern, state their name, and address any issues on the agenda. Seeing none, we will move on to the Treasurer's report. Mr. Biederman.
Dr. President, for the first time ever, I do not have a PowerPoint presentation this evening to share with the public. I will say, though, that next month will be at the midway point of the fiscal year, so I'll have a much more extensive report next month with charts and graphs and whatever and some additional information. I don't really have anything earth-shattering to report this evening other than to say next month will be the midway point, and that'll be an important month to take a look and see where we're at in the fiscal year. So that's all I have this evening, unless there's any questions for you.
Do you want to comment briefly on the audit? We just got the report.
It's not official yet.
Okay.
The audit.
The unofficial report is a good one.
The unofficial report is a good one. We will have the post-audit meeting tomorrow, and it's confidential until that is released. And then, so that will be probably something that will be part of next month's report as well.
It was a good report. Next, the Treasurer's recommendations. Consider approving 2018 financial statements, monthly financial report, fund activity report, appropriations report, general fund funding spending report, general fund summary comparison, purchase orders included in statement number 7 approved by the administration, then and now certified by the treasurer, and supported by board resolution totaling $152,761.60.
So moved.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schroyer?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rowe?
Yes. Next, consider approving the minutes of the following Board of Education meeting, November 22nd, 2018, regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schroyer?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rowe?
Yes. Next, superintendent's recommendations. Superintendent recommends accepting resignations as listed in Schedule A, recommends the employment, change of employment status, or change of contract status
for the certificated persons listed on Schedule B for the salaries, programs, and on the effective dates given. Recommends the employment or change of employment status for the support staff personnel listed on Schedule C for the salaries, programs, and on the effective dates given. Superintendent recommends the employment of the personnel listed on Schedules D and D1 for supplemental contracts or extra duty assignments, and recommends the granting of leaves of absence for the personnel listed on Schedule E for the reasons and on the dates given.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Next, consider approving the lowest and best quote for vertical communications for a new Mattel MeVoice business phone system for $191,462.99. And this was previously discussed.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes.
Dr. Rohr, if I could, before we adjourn, if I could make one quick announcement. I just wanted to share with the community that we're very proud of our district, and we have 5 of the hardest working individuals sitting up here at the board table. Our Board of Education do a great job and very supportive of our district and everything that we do, and it's one of the reasons why we have such an excellent district. Every year, the Board of Education chooses to nominate one member of their 5 to be president for the year. And so at the January organizational meeting this coming 2019, they will be doing that again. But so tonight is the last meeting that Dr. Rohr will serve as president for this year of 2018. Even though he's been president many times over his 25-year tenure, we always appreciate the leadership of our presidents who serve on the Board of Education, and we'd like to honor and thank Dr. Rohr for his leadership this past year, and we have a little token of appreciation for his leadership and his support, and we want to thank you on behalf of the central office team and all the staff and students of Centerville City Schools. So thank you.
Needless to say, this administration, the staff, the employees of this district, this is a very easy and fun job, and I always enjoy doing it. So for whoever's the next president, have fun. Motion for adjournment.
You got it?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dahl?
Yes.
Annie Self?
Yes.
Mr. Schreier?
Yes.
Megan Sparks?
Yes.
And Dr. Rohr?
Yes. Good night. Thank you all. Have a great holiday, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
Good job.
You too.
Sure.